Hey everybody, welcome to How I See It with Kevin Levrone, brought to you by Levrone Signature Series Supplements. Kevin, thanks for joining us, as always.
Thank you, Ron. Thanks to Muscular Development for laying this platform down so we can communicate and reach out to the fans around the world.
I want to start off with a question about where you train, because I was at the Tampa Pro talking to IFBB Pro Luis Santa from Puerto Rico, and he trains apparently at Exile Fitness, same place as you. And I also saw a lot of people walking around, I think it was a North American a few weeks back, with T-shirts and sweatpants and so forth, said Exile Fitness. So Exile Fitness seems like a pretty happening place. Can you tell me a little bit about it? Where is it? How long you been there? What it's like?
Well, the thing about Exile Fitness, it's in Baltimore and Pulaski Highway, and I encourage everyone to drop by, have a visit, and see the place. It's one of those historical gems, Ron, that you just don't see in today's time because it's hardcore. Yeah. It's from an era of where we grew up, the foundation of the sport, the bodybuilding, and it's all about, that powerlifting atmosphere in there, built upon bodybuilding, and really that's what it's all about. You got the chalk, you got the hardcore rock and roll music, which we grew up on, and there's no limitations, there's dumbbells up to 250 pounds.
250?
There's guys in there squatting. Yes, guys in there squatting 900, benching 500 for 15, 20 reps, So it's like, it's the root of all hardcore bodybuilding is definitely Exile Fitness. When I was on the road to my comeback, owns the Bobby and John, those guys are very, very supportive in Baltimore. And I walked into the gym and I knew that was the place because of the area and all the people around there. And it still has that, similar to Bev Francis's place, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a landmark, and when you walk in, you just feel the energy, you feel the vibe, and it just makes you want to go and just go for it, and that's what Exile Fitness is all about, man,
So I have to ask, who is using those 250-pound dumbbells, and what are they using them for?
Hey, let me tell you something. You'd be surprised. There's a lot of people that pick them up and move them around like it's a hundreds, and just to give the audience out there, of how strong someone has to be. And my strongest, I couldn't move around 250-pound dumbbells. I could rep out 200, but I could not handle the 250s. And my gym only went up to 200s, Exile goes to 250s. And, there's dudes in there, man, that are just hardcore and just that's all they do. Not saying they're bodybuilders. We're not talking about bodies. We're talking about just some strong guys that, some dudes come out of the penitentiary. I mean, that's what they do, man. They lift weights all day long. So You're talking about those guys, those guys, there's a guy in there that's 320-some pounds and he's all natural.
Wow.
Handling that kind of weight. Black guy out of the penitentiary, and there's several of them. But it just goes to show that, and they don't get hurt. There's no ups or downs. When these guys come in the gym, they're consistent. And I gotta say that about the natural bodybuilders that train hardcore. When they call it away, but when you're locked up, these guys, that's what they do, man. They just train. That's their outlet. Yeah. And I'll tell you, I mean, it's pretty amazing to see, Ron, when you see somebody come in the gym and just handle those kind of weight with good form, proper technique, and warm up on the bench with like 405, just warming up, like, what I mean? It just blows you away, Yeah. And look, man, I had a buddy of mine, a guy that I work out with, Haifan, and you've probably seen him in some of the videos and stuff. Haifan, don't get me wrong. Haifan, for me, squatting 315 for 20 reps, 30 reps, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Even when I was at my best.
Sure.
I've seen Haifan. He was the first guy I've ever seen do this. He came in the gym, didn't even warm up, climb underneath 405, squatted it 35 times.
How many times?
No leg wrap, 35 times.
Whew.
405 pounds, Ron.
Yeah.
No leg wraps. All he had on was a belt.
Wow.
Okay. And I think he had golfer shorts on, you know, like he looked like he just came out from golf in a polo shirt, golfer shorts, and that was it. I mean, who do you see do this? It's like things you just don't see. And he squatted down with no wraps. I mean, just in the bucket, you know, repping it out like nothing.
What's the height and weight on Haifan?
Haifan's actually, you guys can Google him. He's on Facebook and everything. Haifan's about 5'10",
yeah,
and he's about 290 pounds.
Big boy.
Look, not to mention, he's about 45 years old.
Yeah, just a kid.
You know, so there you go.
Wow.
And he's consistent.
Getting back to, because you brought up a good point with the penitentiary.
Hey, look, one more thing. Deadlift at 900, bench pressing 500 for reps. I mean, come on, man.
That's crazy.
Talk about some inspiration. That's the kind of place I need to be to train.
How long have you been there?
Since
you started, you come back?
About a year.
Okay.
Yeah, ever since I started that, because I needed a serious place to train. Yeah. And the gym's been there for about, I think Bobby had the place now for about, 10, 15 years and stuff.
Yeah.
And looking to expand. So there's going to be a lot going on. We're going to be giving some seminars there coming up 2018. Just a whole lot, to give back to the community. So.
Okay, cool.
All
right, let's get to a couple questions from your fans here. Derek Johnson, I think you know that name already. He's been asking some questions. If you were able to only do one exercise for each body part, which ones would it be? So I guess let's go body part for body part.
Okay, Derek, let's start with legs. Squats. That's the one exercise you can do to hit every muscle in your body. Squats. Powerlifters told me that.
Yeah.
For back, deadlifts. Squats, deadlifts, okay?
Yeah.
For the back. For the chest, bench press.
Yeah.
That's the one exercise you can do to hit all three heads of the chest.
Yeah.
Okay? Biceps, of course, standing, what do you call it? Barbell curls.
Barbell curl, yeah.
Triceps, one exercise would be easy curl bar push downs. And I think we probably covered everything. Shoulders behind the neck press, because when you have your arms behind your neck, only do this on a Smith machine because it's controlled movement, it's balanced, and you're not going to pull anything, okay?
Yeah.
That's the one exercise you can do to hit all three heads of the shoulders.
What was your best on that? I think I've seen you do 5 plates on that back in the day.
I did 405 actually about a month and a half ago for about six to 8 reps.
Month and a half ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can go a little heavier, but right now it's not necessary. I'm focusing on building my legs right now.
Okay. I crossed out this question, but you just brought it up. So, they mentioned that last time we talked, you were sort of almost seemed offended that we asked about your legs. Is it like a sore subject to talk about for you?
Yeah, it pisses me off. I'm tired of I'm so sick and tired of hearing it.
Yeah.
That, you know what, I have a point to prove. I really do. Come on, man. Dudes know they dog me out. Look at the people, man. Friends of mine close to me dogged me out when I got off the Olympia stage. You know what I mean? They just dogged me, Ron. They dogged me real bad.
Yeah.
And then they doubted. He'll never be able to build his leg. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see very soon, because
3 weeks, right? 28.
I have a show coming up, Ron.
Yes.
I have a show coming up in Australia. Tony
Right.
Doherty, the Australia Arnold Classic, okay? Where I'm going to be up against some competition. Dennis Wolf is doing the show. Okay, so I'm going to put it to test. See what we got. See what we got.
Okay.
And you know what? Let's talk about legs. I saw a picture that you put up on Instagram. You're flexing your quads.
That's all I got.
That was your recent post, Ron.
Yeah, that was a couple hours ago.
Yeah. You're looking good, man.
I post a lot of pictures of my quads because it's all I got, Kevin.
How much do you weigh?
What?
How much do you weigh?
225.
You look good. You look balanced.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
What?
Anyway, thanks for that question. I hope these guys go out and actually do these, try these exercises that we keep talking about. People ask questions all the time, and it just seems like they just don't apply it to themselves.
Well, that's the young kids because they always think there's something better around the corner. There's too much information. They got that information paralysis. They got too many options. You know, back when we started out, there wasn't a lot of options. They said, "There's a bench press, there's a squat rack, there's the weights. Go do it."
Yeah, simple.
We didn't worry about all these mathematical equations and my intra-workout shake has to have this balance of branch chains to glucose to this to that. You know, it's so complicated now.
And you know what? Most of these people can't even stick to a diet because that's what it's all about. You know, contest prep, I would do fish, rice, and broccoli. I would do flounder with no seasoning, nothing on it, plain fish for 6 weeks.
Yuck.
You know, that was a diet. You know
I got one more question from Derek. What's the one exercise that it's your least favorite, something you never really enjoyed, but you did it anyway because you knew it was going to be productive for you?
Abs.
Okay. Yeah. I'll agree with that. Abs suck.
You know. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Yes. I don't know anybody
All
that
right, Derek. Thanks for the question, baby. Yeah.
Okay, name Guy Hungwell. It's probably not his real name. Sounds like a porno name. He says, "What was the money really like from the magazine and supplement contracts back in the 90s? Was it way better than what the guys today are, dealing with?"
Tell me that.
Okay.
Again.
He wants to know what was the money like in the 90s for magazine contracts and supplement contracts, because it seems like we've heard from guys that it was way better back then than it is now, money-wise.
I would say when Joe Weider running things, okay?
Yeah.
We had the top athletes signed with Weider Publications. Joe Weider took care of us.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. For the amount of, of course, the cost of goods and everything goes up every year.
Right.
But I would say, as far as the opportunity and the amount of money that he back then, it was, I don't really know what to do, but it was back then because of
Breaking up
money off of this. We would make money off of photos, make money off videos. So I think there was more of a great money across larger spectrum. You know, nowadays you can't sell 8x10s and make money off. Back in the day, I could go to Germany at the FIBO and for $8,000 or $9,000.
Wow.
With the pictures and and also training videos. We put out training videos and they sell like hotcakes. Now everything's online and nobody's buying nothing because everybody sees it for free.
Right.
You know, back then we had magazine contracts too. Joe would pay us for the magazine contracts, but now you don't have magazine contracts because nobody's looking at magazines anymore. Everything's free online.
Right.
So I think all the guys have today is just supplement contracts.
Right. Yeah. Magazine contracts do seem to be obsolete. It doesn't make sense, I don't think, for any magazines to pay a guy to be exclusive because, like you said, they all got their Instagram, their Facebook, their Snapchat, Twitter, whatever, YouTube channel. I don't have to open up a magazine necessarily to read about anybody or to see pictures of them.
No.
Like back in the day.
Exactly. Now, if the guys are smart in today, what they'll do is, they'll market their own personal brand instead of signing on with another company. They'll market themselves because the marketing opportunities now is just ridiculous and sick, man.
Right.
You have an idea. Hey guys, I'm Kevin Levrone. Check out my Levrone Signature Series coffee flavor here.
Yeah.
And go to the website and check it out. Along with this coffee flavor, guys, I'm going to send you a free poster. Boom. Hit the button. Pay PayPal. Boom. You know what I mean? Yeah. That message can go all around the world in a matter of freaking 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Where before, if I wanted something to say, hey, Steve, can you put this in your magazine? I'm going to send you the artwork. The magazine comes out 60 days later. Then you wait.
Yeah.
So there's no delay today.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Do you actually have a coffee flavor in the signature series?
No, but I'm thinking about making one. That's why I just said that with this coffee.
I say that's a good idea. I'd run with that.
Yeah, man. We're doing real good with the proteins, actually. We have 4 different kinds of proteins now.
Yeah. All right. Let's just do one more question for this edition. You were contemplating a comeback since your early 40s on your YouTube channel, the Levrone Report. So he says, why didn't you? Oh, this comes from Vin77. I got to give Vin77 credit. Why didn't you pull the trigger on the comeback earlier when you were in your early to mid 40s? Do you think if you had done that, things might have been a little easier than they were had you waited till after you were 50?
I don't do things because they're easier, brother. Who's this guy?
He's a good dude. It's just a leading
Who's
question.
the guy?
I think he's got you as his avatar, actually, so he must be a good guy.
What's his name?
Vin77.
All right, bro. We don't do things because they're easy. We do things because it's a challenge. At the time, obviously, I wasn't ready to do it, and it wasn't the right season for me to do it. So the fans really pushed this, and you guys keep forgetting. I didn't make the decision because of me. I made the decision based on how bad you guys kept pushing me after I walked off the stage in 2003, and you guys just wouldn't let up. So I saw that opportunity to come back, and I didn't make the comeback for my supplement company or any income or anything like that. I did it out of just because of my heart, because of my fans, and because I wanted to see what I could do. I wanted to see if my body would respond the way it used to. And of course, it didn't in that short period of time, okay? But I'm still on the road to finish this race because I'm not going to walk off stage and look the way that I did in 2016, even though we had 5 months, just wasn't enough time. So for me to nail this thing down like I want and walk away victorious, my goal is to win a pro show. And come back with the wheels, come back. If I could come back 90% of what Levrone used to be in 2000, then I'm successful. If I get the top 3 in the pro show, I'm good, Yeah.
Well, I think I'll extend the question because this sort of applies anyway. What is the end game after Arnold Australia? Because there was a post where you apparently said, at the AC, we finished the race. Does that necessarily mean that's the very end for sure?
Gotta love these guys, right, Ron?
Yeah, they're good, man. Well, these are fans. They pay
Keep the
attention.
question up, baby.
They pay attention to everything you say. They're hanging on your every word.
Guys, let me tell you this in life. You have to believe in yourself. When you feel down in your gut, go for it. Whether you want to be a bodybuilder, you want to be an astronaut, whatever it is. People thought I was stupid, sick, and retarded. My family said, there's no way, it doesn't make sense. How can you make money being a professional bodybuilder?
Yeah.
Back in 1992, when I decided to do this, it was unheard of. Me and Vince Taylor was the only pros in the state of Maryland, in the whole state.
Right.
And the big question mark was, how does a bodybuilder make money? Well, there's so many ways we make money. You guys see it even clearer now. But what I want to say is, you cannot do anything 100% successful if your heart is not into it. Okay? This is a platform where you can go to nutrition, just your own nutritional company. You can go just be a role model completely around the world nowadays with social media. You can start your magazine, your online magazine. You can start your own show on YouTube. Every single thing that you possibly can do, you can leverage it now. Thanks to Ben and Joe Weider's dreams for giving us this platform. So I just want to say, never set any limitations on yourself. Who cares what people think? They're going to think you're crazy, retarded, whatever it is. As long as you feel that drive and determination in your heart, man, move forward. People probably think I'm crazy for wanting to come back at my age. But, Ron, I'm healthy. I feel good. MD's giving me this platform to talk to the guys out there. Why not use it to motivate people and say, hey, you know what? Nobody's giving me directions. Nobody said, hey, Kevin, if you follow this these 10 steps, you're gonna turn pro as a kid, you know, da 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 da, you know.
Right.
There's no directions. I had no directions, you know.
Yeah.
It was just motivated from Arnold Schwarzenegger, from Joe Weider, from Lou Ferrigno, to looking at Pumping Iron, to every single magazine that I would pick up. Man, I want to look like that.
Yeah.
So you got to start somewhere, man. Just trust and believe in yourself, and just get it going, man. So I can tell you these things. You guys got to go out and make it happen. You know, what motivates me is when people say, oh, he'll never be able to get his wheels back. You know what? Thank you. Thank you. I'm not going to lash out at you like Phil Heath lashed out. I'm going to say, thank you guys for motivating the piss out of me.
Yeah.
And I'll be in the gym today squatting my 4 sets of 20 with 315 like I used to. And I'll unveil the quads when the time is right, and because I got time on my side now. So use the negativity to motivate you.
Yeah.
Okay? That's it.
All right, cool.
And you'll find your key to success, man.
All
I
right.
don't hate the haters, Ron. I invite them because they fuel the fire.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely. Well,
And half of these haters out here, where were these guys? I want to say something on defense. Where were you guys back in the 1990s? You know, where were they? These guys behind social media with these voices now that think they're experts on everybody's physique. Where were you guys in the 90s? Where were you guys in 2000? Nobody even knew who you were.
daycare.
So
We're still in daycare.
yeah. So who you guys are criticize us?
Oh,
If what we did or what we look like now on stage. I mean, come on, man. Everybody's here to support each other, one another. So keep it positive, keep it moving forward. Thank God, because you guys out there who hating on a lot of us never even competed before. Don't even have a pro card. Don't even look like you even work out. You know. So how serious should we really take you guys out there that are really trying to just pound us down on the ground? You know. And for any bodybuilder, anybody that's going through that negative, getting hit on like that, take that and use it positive, man. Just prove them wrong. That's it.
Right on. All
Yeah,
right.
bro.
That is right. Well, let's wrap up this edition of How I See It with Kevin Levrone, brought to you by Levrone Signature Series. And we'll be right back with another one next week.